Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 152. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the beast from the northeast, Amy. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
I can hear you this time.
You can hear me.
Right. Take two, we're good.
Take two.
Oh my god, what a week. What a week it has been in the video game realm. Let me get the rigmarole out of the way. If you are watching this live, you're not. That's a lie, because I'm not doing it live anymore. Oh my god, what a week. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's youtube.com/myxboxandme. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment if you are watching. You can also find us on SoundCloud, Podbean, Google Play, iTunes, all podcast services around the world. Okay, we're everywhere. If we're not somewhere, let us know and I will try and get us there. Apart from Spotify, because that's really hard to do and I can't figure it out just yet. If someone knows how to, reach out to me, please. Other than that, this is our weekly Xbox podcast, where we talk about all things Xbox. 152 episodes, never missed a week. So, let's get into it. Amy, should we jump straight into what's been in our box? No, we haven't got time to even, like, you know, oh, how are you? I'm good.
I know, right? Like, it's so impersonal. Like,
this week's show is sort of just a bit like, oh, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for asking. I've had a very good week. How's your week been?
I don't want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
Oh god, we got two topic of the shows this week. That's how busy we are. But let's jump into what's been in our box. What have we been playing? What have we been playing this week?
It will shock you to learn that I've played Overwatch.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I'm back on the competitive grind. So
okay,
that's fun and not at all stressful, and I can't help it but take it way too seriously.
Serious, yeah. Been there, done that. Do that with Siege.
Yeah.
Anything other than that?
Aside from that, I played a little game called Transference.
Transference.
And,
yes.
Little is the operative word.
So you got a review going up.
Yep.
On the My Xbox and Me YouTube channel.
I do. It's all finished and done.
I think it's up, isn't it? It's just I've got to proof it. Yeah. Or has it not been uploaded yet?
It's uploaded.
Oh, see, again, I've been so busy, I've just not had time to proof it yet.
But yes, I played it.
Honestly.
Obviously, my review's going up, so I won't go into too much detail with the rest of the stuff that we've got to talk about today. But the one thing that really stuck with me is it's very, very short.
Yeah. How much is this game?
Short.
Do you know?
I don't, but
I've got to imagine it's a $20 game.
I think it's like $18.99.
Okay.
I did look it up actually.
That would make sense. Okay, is it?
Oh, it's £20.99.
Is it worth that?
Took me less than an hour, just under an hour and a half to finish.
Oh, okay.
And I think its length hurts it quite a bit in terms of its story, specifically because there's a lot. There's a lot of things that it tries to unpack, and it tries to be that kind of game where it's like it's open to interpretation, but it's too open to interpretation, and it really could have done with like a bit more, like just to it in general, which is a shame because there's some stuff in there where it makes me think this could have been really good, but instead it's just
undercooked.
Like undercooked is probably the right word.
Like, I remember seeing it at E3 and being like, oh, this looks interesting enough. This is when Elijah Wood come out, correct? He's the one attached to this project. And I was like, okay, it looks interesting. I'm not into VR, so am I really going to care? Then they said, oh, it's not only VR. Is that why? Do you think it was baked in for VR and they knew like a long VR experience wouldn't
It could be, yeah. A lot of VR experiences tend to be around about the 2 to 3 hour mark.
Exactly.
So that could have been the reason why they kept the running time short. I mean, there is some stuff to actually like be positive about in the game. You know, the atmosphere is fantastic. It's very interesting the way it messes with your perception because the story hook is you're trapped in a virtual world that's gone wrong. So they do some really interesting things with like messing with your perception. But it doesn't land for me personally anyway.
Fair enough. Anything else that you've been playing?
I know, that's it. Xbox related. The Xbox games are just around the corner.
You played Tomb Raider, right?
I did, actually, yes, that's right, I did. I keep forgetting because I didn't get my copy, so I borrowed Keith's, who stepped in to do my review. And I played it for like 2 or 3 hours just to get the footage capture done. So I didn't really play that much of it. It's more Tomb Raider. It's kind of how it feels.
Is that we're gonna talk about EGX in a little bit, but honestly, that was kind of my feel for the whole of EGX with games. It was like I played Division 2, and I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I played, not Metro. Metro was actually one of the
I saw your videos.
But I played these games, and I was like, oh, it's more of this, which is fine, and that's great, but you know what you're getting.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I was just literally writing this down as a thought for another game that's not on Xbox, but it's just like, it's fine that it's more of the same thing, but it's more of the same thing, and I've already played it. So it's not really doing much to grab me and go, you need to play this, because I've kind of already played it.
I mean, it comes down to world building at that point, right? It comes down to how good is the world, how good is your actual gameplay. I think Destiny's a game like that. If your hooks are in you, your hooks are in you. I get what you're saying. I totally get it. I've had Tomb Raider. I bought it. I then returned Tomb Raider because I've heard such mixed things between people saying it is great, it is fantastic, and people saying it is okay and it's kind of boring and it's so stealth heavy and it's so, like, we all know that stealth is not my thing. Like, stealth for me is not the way I like to play my video games. It's just not.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a case of, okay, what do I do? I just had Assassin's Creed come through the post, and I was like,
I'm not jealous.
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I was like, okay, cool. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to return Tomb Raider, get to it by the end of the year, which I will, so we can have a deep discussion about
I'm going to play more of it at some point.
Yeah, but I just don't have a chance to get to it. Yeah.
I mean, the reactions that you get where it's like, I love this, or I'm not feeling this, that's how a game works when it's more of the same.
I mean,
because you either love it or don't.
The thing that come to me was I spoke to Mr. Moody and Crash, who are friends of mine, who said they weren't loving it, and then obviously I watched like IGN reviews who gave it like a 9 and a few others that gave it quite high scores, and I was like, who do I trust here? Do I trust my friends who I play with every day, or do I trust the reviewer? I was like, do you know what? I'm going with my friends. Like, they're the ones who know me best. They're the ones that know if I can wait on this. Haley was a little bit annoyed because she wanted to play it, but I said to her, are you actually going to play it? And then she was like, no, probably not. So then let's just wait so I can pick it up cheaper. Like, I went from paying £50 for it, and I already saw it online for 45 already. I'm like, well, I'm gonna save myself the £5. I know it's only a £5, but I want to save a £5. So
yeah, I mean, you probably wait till Black Friday and get it even cheaper. So
exactly, that's the plan. That is the plan. Other than that, that's all for you, right?
That's all for me. Yeah.
Cool. I've played a shed ton of games. Obviously, I was at EGX, and I'll talk about that in the topic of the show. But I've played FIFA 19 because I've had that now for a couple of days because I had my 10-hour free trial, plus I've got the Championship Edition. I am very, 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 very bad at this year's FIFA.
Okay.
And that hurts. It really hurts. They've changed the gameplay in a way of making it way more realistic now. So it's way more weighty, and pass accuracy is super important. It's not just push A and the pass is going to go to where you want it to. Same for through balls and crosses and everything. It's so more realistic. You can no longer just get a player down the wing, and if he's got 90 plus pace, you're just going to sprint past everyone. It just doesn't happen anymore. It is a much more realistic football game, for better and worse. I mean, it means now you need to actually be good at football games to be good at FIFA, which never used to be the case. But I think for me, I played it for about 10 hours now, which in FIFA terms is absolutely nothing for me. So I'm still pretty early on. I'm playing Ultimate Team, which I'm enjoying. I know people that have spent ridiculous amounts of money already in Ultimate Team. I had someone in my chat, I'm not going to say their name just in case, who was saying that he spent £350.
Wow.
In a day.
The amount of games I could buy with that.
I was just like, wow. He said that he's having fun and he loves it and he earns a good wage and he can afford to do it, so he does. He gets to treat himself once a year and he does this, and I'm like, man, that's still a lot of money. Like, so more power to that person, obviously. Other than FIFA, I was sent a code for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I have played probably about an hour of it. I'm allowed to actually stream it today, but I've been getting a ton of emails about it, so let's hope I can stream it today being the 26th or the 9th. It's more Assassin's Creed. It's more Origins, but in Greece. That's what I found with the game so far. It does have some new, neat abilities and stuff that you can do. And obviously Greece looks beautiful. The game at the moment runs brilliantly on my Scorpio. I'm so early on that I can't really criticize the game yet. But that being said, it's just more Assassin's Creed.
Right.
So, and that's what I didn't want to happen to me. That I didn't enjoy 1, love 2. Didn't play anything until
Blacklight?
I played a tiny bit of Unity for a while when it was super buggy. So then obviously jumped out, didn't bother. And then I played Origins, which you all know I loved. And now I'm at Odyssey. I'm at a place where I'm like, cool, I'm going to play this. I'm going to enjoy this, I hope. And then I'm glad we're getting a break. Because I couldn't do this year on year. I couldn't.
Not again.
I just couldn't. The one thing they have added this year to Assassin's Creed Odyssey is at the beginning, obviously you have your difficulties and stuff like that. They have this thing where it's where it gives you an option whether how you want to play it, whether it's explore mode or normal mode. Normal mode being that obviously you still get all your markers everywhere. So your map opens up and you can see where you're going. And over here's a camp and over there's a camp and over Or you've got explore mode, which none of that's there. It's just the big map and you open it up and you go in and then it's like, all right, cool. Like your first mission is to go over to the Zeus statue. And then, it's south of that. And it's like, oh crap, I actually have to pay attention to what this person's saying because I'm not going to know where to go otherwise. There's no markers to tell me where to go. Which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, really
you
cool.
You can turn it on and off at will.
Oh, that's good. So you're not locked in right from the beginning, pick it and then shit, I wish I hadn't done this.
Exactly. Same with difficulty. I put mine on normal. I'm playing. That's how I'm playing. That's how I'm going to enjoy the game. But you can put it up, you can put it down at will. So that is cool. I have more thoughts on the game when I actually get deeper in, so probably next week because I'll be able to play it free. I can play it free range now, but I'm a streamer at heart, and that's kind of what I do. So it's hard. It's hard to not. But the restrictions on the game so much. I can't tell you any spoilers. I can't tell you. The restriction book I've got is?
Is it like Far Cry 5 again?
Yes. Yes, it is hefty. So that is that. Other than that, more Rainbow Six. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, more Rainbow Six, which I've just been playing a little bit here and there. Anyways, let's get into topic of the show this week. And topic of the show is, of course, Telltale. The news broke just as I got home. Just as I woke up on Sunday. So it happened Saturday night, but I went to bed at 9 o'clock. Because I was just so dead from EGX. So I'll read the story for you. Telltale confirms major studio closures. In a statement issued to IGN, Telltale Games confirms it has made the difficult decision to begin a majority studio closure following a year marked by inflammable challenges.
Insurmountable. Sorry, I didn't have it up.
No, you're good. Insurmountable challenges. The studio also confirmed it retained 25 employees to fulfill the company's obligations to its board and partners. Here's the Telltale Games CEO, Peter Hawley. Full statement. It has been an incredible, quote, it has been an incredible difficult year for Telltale as we worked to set the company on a new course. Unfortunately, we ran out of time trying to get there. We released some of the best content this year and we received a tremendous amount of positive feedback, but ultimately that did not translate to sales. With a heavy heart, we watch our friends leave today to spread our brand of storytelling across the games industry. So, a ton has come out since then, and there's been so much news around this itself, with it being whether it's we're not getting the Walking Dead final season, we are getting the Walking Dead's final season. This is what we know so far. between everything. Number one, Telltale has been hit with a class action lawsuit for breaking labour laws. A former Telltale employee is suing the company in a class action lawsuit, alleging that it violated labour laws on the bookings in California and nationwide when it laid off hundreds of employees on Friday in advance of a planned closure of the studio. So for those who don't understand what the hell is going on here, 250 people have been laid off. What we also know about that is without severance pay. Also, their healthcare will end at the end of the month. I think that got extended. I think it was a week, and now they've extended till the end of the month, which it worked out to be about 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
2 whole weeks, wow. Sorry.
Before we go into this, it's really hard for me to like wrap my head around all this. Obviously, over in England, we don't have healthcare, so that's not a thing that if I worked at McDonald's and I lost my job, I still get healthcare. It doesn't matter. Severance pay, I've never been in a job that has that. So because I've worked at little jobs, I've never had like a big proper job in quotes, a career in quotes. So that's never been a thing for me. So all this stuff that I'm reporting on is actually stuff that I have no real knowledge of. I don't know what you know about severance pay.
Just what I've read and sort of like trying to keep up with what's been going on with Telltale. So like, obviously the lawsuit is talking about specific labor laws in California, and in America. And from what I can understand, bearing in mind my knowledge of the law is just enough to know just enough about copyright law to know what I'm doing on YouTube and Twitch. So bear with me. But
yeah, I think for me it's a case of whatever doesn't get me sent to prison, cool. That's as much as
exactly. As long as I'm not going to get sued by Konami, we're all good.
Wow.
But the labor law that was broken, it's something to do with the employees that were let go. If you let go more than 100 employees within a certain amount of time, then those employees are owed 60 days.
60 days, yeah. I read that somewhere, yeah.
Severance pay, 60 days healthcare coverage, and from what it sounds like, and again, I'm pulling from like news articles, tweets, all sorts of different things. So, like, I'll say it, allegedly, Telltale obviously have broken that law.
Yes.
Allegedly by letting everybody go and not giving them the severance pay.
Yes.
But they seem to have used a loophole. That they're closing the studio down. They're going to be bankrupt, so they don't have any money. But where I think the class action lawsuit has come into play is because they've laid everyone off, not given them severance, said they're going to file for bankruptcy, and they've then turned around. And then, obviously, this is a thing we'll be talking about. It's one of the what we know things.
Yeah.
They've turned around and said they're working with multiple partners to try and finish The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Which,
so to riff off of that real quickly, it's the next thing we know, which is multiple partners have stepped up to help try and finish the Walking Dead final season, episodes 3 and 4, which is what you're talking about, obviously, which I think is where they're gonna be in trouble, right?
I think that's where they've kind of fucked themselves.
Closing down, then they're gonna still be operating
100%, and all of those employees. So essentially, what they've done is they've done it backwards. They've fired everyone, and then from a perception piece anyway, have tried to save the studio rather than trying to save the studio, and failing and then firing everybody.
Got ya. Yeah. Last one that I know of, and this is just stuff that I put together, The Walking Dead, the final season, is no longer available to purchase on digital storefronts like Steam, the PlayStation Store, or the GOG.com. I'm guessing what is that?
It's Good Old Games, GOG.com. It's the storefront, DRM3. It's run by CD Projekt Red.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Well, also the Xbox Store has been removed as well. Despite the second episode coming out today, or yesterday, Telltale Games has reportedly asked retailers to keep customers from purchasing the full season pass in light of the uncertain future. Anyway, where do we start with all this? Because there's a lot to go through. Obviously, that's just what we know. That's not even our thoughts on the whole thing. Starting off, did you play Telltale Games?
On and off. I played the ones that spoke to me.
You?
Yeah, so rather than like getting everything. Yeah. So like Walking Dead, Batman, I played a couple of episodes of the Game of Thrones one. I didn't really get into that one.
Yeah.
And The Wolf Among Us, which was like fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was. I played obviously The Walking Dead every single season. I played Tales from the Borderlands. I played The Wolf Among Us. I played the first episode of Batman. Didn't like it. What else? I'm missing something, I feel like. I'm missing something. Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy, which I played the first episode and didn't like. This hit me like a ton of bricks, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, it came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, number one, it came out of nowhere. Number two, I just enjoyed these games. They were one of those type of games, walking sims in quotes, where I could actually stream and turn my brain off and just experience something with my chat. Like, you don't get to do that very often because you're playing the game, so you very much are in it and you're trying to be entertaining. And it was one of those experiences I got to share with my audience where it was like we were both being entertained at the same time, and I didn't have to entertain them. We could just enjoy it, and then they got to just see honest reactions from me. This hit me like a ton of bricks. Number one reason being that 250 people lost their job, and I think that needs to be that is the important thing here. As much as video games, I'm not going to get certain things, the important thing here is that 250 people lost their job with no notice, don't have healthcare, don't have severance. Now most of them are with default, I don't know, will have to uproot their whole entire life.
Yeah. And so, according to, some people were hired last week.
Just been hired, have moved across country, moved from different countries, I'm sure, to then just be like, oh yeah, you ain't got a job anymore, bye.
I mean, I'm laughing, not because it's funny, just the craziness of it. Like,
it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I've said it all over the place. My thoughts go out to the people who've lost their jobs and been affected by this. I don't understand where this came from because, I mean, I was at my friend's house when he happened to glance at Twitter, and obviously it exploded as soon as it came out. So we were reading about it, and I was sat there thinking, I've just had an email from Telltale about a game that they're publishing.
Yep.
Like, what? How? Where did this come from?
I think that just says how much they didn't know. Anyone sorry, let me rephrase that. The higher ups knew.
Yeah.
Everybody else didn't know. So everyone else is still
just doing their thing,
their ass off, doing their job, getting out the interviews, getting out content, getting out whatever it may be, and then boom. From what we know is they had 3 hours to get their stuff and get out.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, 3 hours. There's so much here to break down. Again, but I need to stress this is about the people, not the games.
Yeah, 100%. Like personally, yes, I'm devastated. I might not get to finish The Walking Dead, but that's not important.
Let's go off that for a little bit, though. Do you want it anymore?
Not really.
Because I've got episode 2 sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to play episode 2 because I know who worked on that.
Yeah.
Which is these people that have been sacked. I don't want that ending that I'm going to get now because it's going to be an ending from people that... No disrespect to whoever's working on it. I totally get it. Business is business. Trust me, I understand. Patreon.com/MCFixer. But... Nice. I don't want your version of The Walking Dead.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's going to be.
I want the journey that I've been on with this cast, this crew, this team, this everything.
Yeah.
I don't want some contractors who have come in and like, yeah, we can get it done for this cheap, and the shareholders will be happy, and the board will be happy, and everyone closes, and we go, and the rich stay rich, and the poor stay poor. No.
Yeah. It's going to be like, it'll be like Walking Dead fan fiction at that point.
Well, it's going to be what they think should happen. So
yeah.
Let's guarantee that, Clementine and AJ live happy ever after.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to do anything else with it, nah.
No.
Like, if they end it, they're not going to... I don't think anybody's brave enough to kill either of those characters now.
No.
But you don't know what would have happened with the rest of the old team working on this.
This is the thing. Know. Even if one of these partners comes along and makes the 3rd and 4th episodes of the final season, you're still never going to know what was actually going to happen.
Well, Jason Schreier, let's hope.
Yeah,
no
100%.
clip. Let's hope. Let's hope
he is writing another book.
What was meant to happen. Let's hope we know what was meant to happen.
But
yeah, it hurts, man.
I'm gonna stream the second episode whenever I'm next streaming, just because I was gonna do that anyway, and now it's it's more important to me because this is the last episode of the Walking Dead.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, it got really bad reviews.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, the first episode was such a big return to form as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one, but I don't really know what more I can say on the matter, other than obviously my thoughts go out to anybody that this hit. And again, I saw Kind of Funny Games Daily talking about it and stuff like that. Let's not overshadow the fact that Capcom Vancouver just got shut down as well.
Yeah, it was like someone tallied up. It's like 400 jobs.
But to explain it, I think it's we don't know, but we hope that those people got taken care of in the right way.
You would hope so, just purely because the whole company didn't shut down. It was just one studio. So
they got moved on to different projects and yada yada yada. This is so crazy. This shows you how to not run a company, how to not run a business, which, as someone who runs my own business, and it's a struggle every single day, but you do what people want you to do, and you take some time away, and if the formula isn't working, you go back to the drawing board. How long have we been screaming new engine?
Yeah, well, that was the thing, wasn't it? This was the final engine they were going to run the thing on, and it's like, well, we ran out of time to fix everything. It's like people have been pointing out your problems, for years.
I think it's that on top of the fact of Wolf Among Us Season 2. It clearly didn't sell, Season 1 didn't sell well, but the mind share around Season 2, it felt like it was going to do well.
Yeah,
clearly
definitely.
The Walking Dead, the final season, has not sold as well as they thought it would.
No, definitely not.
But that's what happens when you give us I don't mean to be critical, but a not very good Season 3, which was kind of just it just didn't need to happen.
Especially playing the first episode of the new final season, it's like, that was completely irrelevant.
It just like, okay, cool, boom.
That was like a side quest.
Yeah, pretty much. What a big, expensive side quest to make as well.
Yeah, 100%. Whereas they could have capped it off with a trilogy, moved on, and made a new engine, and we might be having a very different conversation right now.
100%. I totally agree. But how do you have licenses like Game of Thrones? I mean, I'm not a Game of Thrones fan, but I know how much people loved that.
Oh, I mean, when it came out, the game came out, it was like Game of Thrones was the biggest thing in entertainment when it came out.
Game of Thrones, Walking Dead.
I mean, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things was coming. Again, not watched it, so I don't know how. I know people enjoy that, but I have not played. I've not seen it, so I don't know. But it's just like, wow. Surely there could have been more done here. Surely.
I feel like we're going to get a story. Danny or Jason, one of the two, will come out with a story eventually. And I feel like mismanagement is going to play a big role in that story.
I mean, I think that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have these big franchises that were clearly selling well enough for you to convince other people to give you their franchises.
Exactly. It's like whatever, like, because there's a graph going around Twitter which shows, like, the decline in sales between, like, The Walking Dead Season 1 being the high point, and then, like, there was big drop-offs as it goes along. But, like, they wouldn't have gotten the license to make a Stranger Things game if the licensed games from beforehand hadn't sold well enough. Because Netflix would have just given it to somebody else.
Yep.
So,
I think we'll still see some of those projects. Just not by Telltale.
Oh yeah, definitely. Netflix is going to make a Stranger Things game no matter what. They will just find someone.
Yeah, which is still rumors going around that Telltale are meant to be finishing it with the 25 people team that they've got.
From what I understand, the 25 people are there to finish
Minecraft. They had in Minecraft
because it's a contractual obligation between them and Netflix or something like that.
Minecraft would have been Microsoft, right?
I believe it's a Netflix series, so yeah, it's probably something to do with Microsoft as well.
Got ya. Yeah. Yeah. I've got nothing more.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I would say as well is go on Twitter and find all of the employees that you can and follow them.
I agree.
Because I mean, other than the fact that there's some really cool people, they've started putting out some really fun shit from like behind the scenes stuff, and like some of it's heartwarming, some of it's really funny, some of it's the stuff they did when they were bored.
Did you see the alternative ending?
I did. I saw the alternative ending. Amazing.
Of season 1, which is just like really like, oh my goodness.
The first one I saw was there was a thing where he opens a cupboard like a bunch of times, turns around, walks out of the house, and then becomes a giant. It honestly, some of the stuff they've done, fantastic. Go find it.
It's definitely out there, so go find it. Definitely. Let's move on to topic of the show. Topic 2. Which is, I went to EGX. I went to EGX this year, 2018, and got to play a ton of games. Let me tell you, first of all, and shout out to editor Reese. Fantastic. Did a fantastic job of keeping me on point, let me tell you. Because after we went to EGX, I'm out with Reese, we shot videos. We then went to the industry party and got super drunk. Ton of fun. And then we had to go in the next day, and Reese was not looking good.
Yeah.
Not looking good. Reese was struggling.
Enjoyed the party a little bit too much, did he?
Just a little bit. But yeah, I did get to play certain games. Like I said, I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I played The Division 2, which is probably one people want to hear about. It was literally the E3 demo that we saw. A ton of fun. Like, it was... The Division is one of those games that I have such good memories of because of the way I played it and who I played it with and yada. I was grinding, I was playing, I was in. And this just reminded me all of that. It's a third-person Destiny, and I like third-person games better than I like first-person. It has that Division feel. Obviously, there's still new abilities and stuff like that. But I played it like 5 times, that demo. So I think that tells you how much I enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I played Metro twice. I played Division 5 times. And then I spent a lot of time in the indies. To be fair, the EGX did such a better job this year with media passes. And speaking to people. And I've got the gift of the gab anyway, so I don't really worry about those sorts of things anyway.
You could probably rock up without a ticket and still get like 20 interviews done.
Probably. That's probably true. But the best game I played there definitely was Metro Exodus. They have absolutely nailed the atmosphere in those games. The demo did a good job of feeling humongous, but not letting you do too much in it.
Yeah, it's like you can see how big the game's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. It was definitely it reminded me of, like, it had that Resident Evil feel to it with like the lack of ammo and sneaking around and you're looting and and it felt great. It had some really fantastic moments in it where, like, you take down this bandit camp and as you're taking everybody out, they end up surrendering.
Yeah.
And like they walk to the middle and they start surrendering. I'm like, just don't kill us, please. And I'm like, oh crap, what do I do now? I'm like, because like they're human beings.
Yep.
In a bad situation, and I was just sort of left with this complex, like, what do I do? I'm gonna kill them, so I just killed them all. I figured, I also had this moment as you start up the demo, you sort of walk through, and there's a wolf trying to kill this guy, and like he's the one in my first playthrough. I just killed the guy. I killed the wolf. He started talking, and I was like, you're boring, so I just shot him to see if I could. Totally killed him. So I don't know what he said. Played the demo again, listen to what he had to say, and he warns you of the bandit camp. So, which was cool. He's like, don't go over there. There's a bandit camp. All this other stuff. But I played the demo twice, and I found myself in 2 different scenarios where I played it one way the first time, and then one way a second time. I played obviously very aggressive the first time round because that's how I play games. And the second time I played it stealthy, but I also found like there was like a downstairs in one of the buildings where I found an extra scope. I found like a cable tie that you could go over on. Like there was just so much more in that demo than I expected at first. But atmosphere with that game. Oh my god, they nailed it.
Yeah.
So good. Other than that, played some little games. Played This Is Pool, which is a new pool game. Pool as in like snooker pool, that type of thing.
Okay.
At EGX, which was cool. That I played Beacon, which is coming to Xbox One next year, which is a twin stick shooter futuristic, really cool, very hard, but very, very fun. I played Carry Away, which is, you know, like, what are those snow things called? You know when like you go up in the skis, the ski sledge?
The ski lift.
The ski lift, yeah, thank you. Is that what it's called, a ski lift?
Yeah.
I've never been skiing. I don't like snow. I hate the snow, so yeah. It was like a ski lift game where like your objective is to get your skier to up onto a thing, but it's really in depth where you have to like make supports for the wood, otherwise they just fall off and die. And I just thought that was really cool. Played that. All these games are coming to Xbox, by the way. What else did I play? A ton of indie games that I just can't remember. But so many.
They all do
so many fantastic
together.
things. The one game I did play that is actually out already is Tricky Towers. You heard of this one? It's like Tetris, but with way more. So it's got this one mode in it called, I think it's called Race. And the objective of the game is Tetris with gravity. So you're doing plan Tetris, yeah? And the objective is to build a tower up. So you're building, but the higher it gets, it obviously like moves, and like you get these special abilities that like gives you like a big block and it destroys the whole tower, and there's a race to get to the top.
Okay.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
It's already out.
So much fun. It's out on Xbox. It's coming to the Switch soon. But yeah, so much fun.
Cool.
So much fun. Cool. That is it for Rejects though. Like I say, I want to just give a quick thank you to everyone that's come up and said hello, come up and asked for a photo, come up and just spoke to me. Some people asked me to sign a few things again, which was super weird. Again, thank you all so much. The last 2 weekends of my life have been ridiculous. Whether it be at RTX or EGX, I felt like an influencer. I've been to... Oh, I can finally talk about Starlink. I totally forgot. So I went to a Starlink event last Thursday.
Yes.
And played Starlink. Starlink's fantastic. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. Like, I played the game. There's a Let's Play up on my YouTube channel right now, youtube.com/mcfixer. And, dude, Starlink's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah, like...
I do not know what to make of this game, so it's interesting. Like, this is the first opinion I've heard of it, so...
I mean, for me, it was a case of... I went to the event thinking, I'm not going to like this game. Starlink, to me, just no thank you. I don't care about space. I don't care about Twist to Life. I don't care about any of that. None of that has an appeal to me, honestly. But sitting down and actually playing the game, it has that Star Fox feel.
Yeah?
It's the way Star Fox should have felt on the Wii U's version.
Well.
But it didn't. Like, I totally get why Star Fox is in the Wii U version, in the Switch version. It fits. It feels like Star Fox, but it has that great balance between it being a kid's game and it's an adult's game. It's not a game for kids. It's a game for both. It has co-op split screen, drop in, drop out. I couldn't get over the fact of the actual Twist to Life part is so snappy. Just, you take a gun off, it disappears. You put a gun on, it's on there instantaneously. Like, there's no, oh, wait a second for it to load. Or
yeah.
You can put guns on backwards. You can put on, like, I think it was like 6 wings at once. I put on, like, my character. So it had, like, this big ship that just had, it's super weighty.
Yeah.
But it just all feels so good. And if you're into, like, these type of space games, and it felt No Man's Sky-esque in the space way, but way better. Like, there's dogfights and it was fantastic. Honestly, I had so much fun with the game. Again, I played it in a very limited section. I played it for about an hour and a half maybe. Got to meet. Do you know who the Canadian
astronaut
Hatfield
is, Commander Hatfield? Well, that was the reason I was jealous of you going, because I really wanted to go down and meet him. Like, I mean, play the game, sure, but
I'll be honest with you, I didn't care.
God damn you!
He's
been in space, Fix.
I know, and we saw lots of pictures and stuff like that, but I just, that's cool. You've been to space. I want to play the game.
I want to go to space.
I mean, I'm definitely one of those game journalists, I guess, or influencers, which is what they called me. That was the best part of the whole thing, by the way. Forget the game. I walked to the door, like, oh, you're MC Fixer. I was like, yes. It's like, oh, you're one of the influencers. I was like, yes, I've made it. Let's go, finally. But yeah,
you did that out loud in his face, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't. I kept it very cool and met with some other cool people. So yeah, it was fantastic. Jesus. We've got a lot to get through.
Jesus.
We haven't even got to the news and we're 40 minutes in. Let's get through our ad read, which lucky is very short, and it says, Mike Lynch loves Fix. Thank you, Mike Lynch, for keeping this show going. Coming soon. What have we got this week?
Oh my god, we've got so much, Fix. We've got so much.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games.
No guessing game this week, just the
No
game and a
guessing
quick
game.
blurb.
September 27th, Life is Strange 2, Episode 1.
Oh, I forgot that was coming. Oh my god.
So did
no,
I.
There's so much coming.
Yeah, you know, when I sent you like this is what's going to be the next video.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at this morning, I was like, shit.
Yeah. When's that? The 27th?
27th.
That's tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow. It's what day is it?
It's Wednesday today.
It's Thursday.
We record on Wednesdays, by the way, guys. So if you want to email in, myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. We've mainly recorded on Wednesday unless something happens between our schedules.
Yeah. It's very rare that we don't.
Yeah.
Also on September 27th, we've got Jagged Alliance Rage. It's coming to Xbox. Jagged Alliance was an old sort of strategy RPG kind of thing. Like, I don't know if you ever played something like, say, Commandos. Like,
Nope.
90s stuff, but
Strategy was not my thing back then.
it's that's coming out. Think like the Expendables, but a strategy game.
Okay.
On September 28th, we got 3 games. 1, FIFA 19.
Yes.
Don't
Already
know.
got it. Worth
Don't
it.
need to tell you about that. The second one, Catastronauts. Which again, I
Oh,
didn't
that's
know
that
was coming out.
4-player co-op game.
Yeah. It's like a cutesy FTL type game.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like I've seen it at shows, and like I keep seeing it pop up on Twitter every now and again. I might see if I can get a hold of it. And also on September 28th, we've got Dakar 18, which apparently is based off a world famous annual rally raid organised by Almery Sport Organisation in South America. And it's an off-roading game with like motorbikes, cars, trucks, quads, and SSVs.
I mean, the people that love those games will love it, I'm sure.
100%. Not for me, but if you enjoy that kind of thing, go get it.
Not for me either. Definitely not.
Then Fix.
Go on.
We've got 2 games coming out on October 2nd, the official start of the busiest, most worstest period of a game reviewer's life.
Is that what you're calling it?
That's what I'm going to call it, because there's like 20-something games coming out in October.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So we've got Forza Horizon 4 is coming out
Got ya, okay.
on October 2nd. It's gone straight to Game Pass. That's where I'll be picking it up.
Cool.
And we've got Mega Man 11 is coming out on October 2nd.
Yeah, I can give that one a miss.
And a bunch of the special editions of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, if you've got one of 4, I think there was like 4.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Same with
which is
FIFA.
nuts. But you can, if you've got one of those 4, you'll be able to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey from October 2nd.
Cool. Well, thank you for that.
Or if
I
you fix, they
appreciate
just give you it.
I am playing it for work, for review.
I know. I'm
I
just
think
a.
like I said, I'm going to try and get back into reviewing to take some pressure off of you, and I want to do some stuff on my own channel as well. So maybe this will be one of the first games I do. I do really want to do smaller games, if I'm honest with you. But
I think this might be a good one purely because you've got it early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, but I don't play those games I play those games in such a weird type of way that I may never finish it.
That is true.
But we'll see. Let's get straight into the news. Did you miss Inside Xbox? Because
I missed the live show. I caught up with it last night.
I'm going to watch it today, I think, on stream after this, once I go get some food and stuff.
Nice.
So I can watch it. But all the news has come out of that.
Yeah.
During today's Inside Xbox live stream, Phil Spencer announced that XO18, an event aimed towards Xbox fans, is around the world. Fans around the world, sorry. Details on the official Xbox website, XO18, which I've got to say is a horrible name for it, will
it's
be
a
hosted.
callback, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but for people that don't understand what that is, XO, and I know what it is, but it's like, no, PlayStation Experience works way better.
PSX, it
PSX,
rolls off the tongue.
XO18 doesn't work, I'm sorry, but I'm glad we're getting this anyway. Will be hosted on Saturday, November 10th during the 4th annual Xbox Fan Fest in Mexico City. The event will be live streamed as an Inside Xbox episode, so fans outside of Mexico City can join in on the promised announcements. This will be the largest Inside Xbox episode so far, reportedly clocking in at 2 hours long. There will be announcements from both first-party and third-party developers. So this is Xbox's answer to PSX. How do you feel about that?
I'll let you know in November. It's one of those things where I need to see the first one to really know what they're going for. But I'm I mean, it's basically because they didn't do Gamescom, they didn't do Paris Games Week. They've done stuff like that before in the past.
Well, they do FanFest every year, don't they?
But now it's like they've figured out that the best way to do it is to make their own show, which of course it is. That's what PlayStation do. That's what Nintendo do. So I'm interested to see how big this is, I guess.
I think that this is going to be quite small, and next year I think will be bigger.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to have to get this out to San Francisco if they want it to be big. They've got the Microsoft Center right there.
I feel like in terms of the announcements, and they just use the Microsoft Center.
Oh, are you talking about the actual event?
Yeah, I'm talking about the announcements.
Okay. I was talking about the event.
No, like I don't give a shit about the event.
Oh, okay.
Like I can't go to Mexico. I would love to, but no, I won't make it. No, I'm thinking in terms of the event, like the announcements itself. Like I'm interested to see where they go with it.
So
are we going to get
10th.
a lot of new announcements for new first party stuff, or are we just getting bigger looks at things we already know about, like say Gears 5 as just one that pulled off the top of my head.
I mean, that's a really good point. If they don't come out swinging with this is going to be a dud instantaneously. Like PSX actually done a good job the first 3 years.
PSX
of doing something good.
It's been hit and miss. Sometimes it's been amazing, and sometimes it hasn't been so great.
I feel like it's always, apart from last year's, I think like the last 3 have been actually pretty good in my opinion. Which is they do a great job of catering to their audience, and showing off things that they care about, and also controlling the day and the marketing and the media and everything else, which is what Xbox needs to do with XO at the end of the day. It needs to be a Xbox fan event that is catered to Xbox nerdy fans like me. And I just, like I say, I feel like Xbox are finally getting there with their personalities as well. They've got Ricari, they've got AC Bongos, they've got Major Nelson, they've got Jeff Rubenstein, or Rubenstein, I always say it wrong, I'm not sure. They've got Phil, obviously. They're getting there in that way, and there's more that I forgot to name, and I apologise. But so now they've got that base, and then now it's the time, they've just bought all these new studios, so people can get out there and meet those, and we can have panel talks. But I'm more worried. I get where you're coming from with the announcements, which I think that is what makes or breaks one of these shows. Which, from a first-party perspective, you're right. What do we see? Gears of War, Forza Motorsport 8, early.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
So you've got to be a year in development by now, so.
Yeah, what else? Like, honestly, what else can they
Well, this is the thing I was thinking about. It's like, I feel like this year's might, like, in terms of announcements, I feel like this year's might not be massive for Xbox first and second party studios. But they'll do what they did at E3. There'll be a lot of third party stuff. There'll probably be a lot of indie stuff, ID and Xbox stuff. And I feel like it'll be next year when they do it again, when they do XO19, where they're probably going to have more stuff to show in terms of this is what our first party studios have been working on.
I think we probably see, hopefully, Fable by then.
Yeah, like Playground Games and Compulsion and
all
Ninja
the
Theory
we're working on. Exactly. I'm happy about this though. I mean, if anyone wants to sponsor me to go to XO18 and cover it, I would happily do that. So
we do need to figure out a Christmas present. We can get you an early Christmas
not
present.
you guys. I meant business wise. If anyone wants to send me to cover the event for them, I would happily go. No problems. My calendar is plenty clear for November 10th. Not a problem. I can go. Next up, mouse and keyboard support is coming to Xbox One. Microsoft has announced it is finally rolling out its support for an input method that has been somewhat continuous on the console for the mouse and keyboard. Before I get into this, what do you make of that? Mouse and keyboard coming to Xbox.
I'm nervous. Okay. And I'll tell you why I'm nervous. I play a lot of first-person shooters on Xbox, and I'm nervous that if it's implemented in Overwatch, let's say,
it will be,
and it's not segregated between mouse and keyboard and controllers, players, then I'm gonna have a shit time on Overwatch.
So, okay, so what's been said here in the quote from Phil is, if you dominate first persons right now on controller and you're worried that you're all of a sudden going to get swamped because of a bunch of mouse and keyboard players are going to get flooded into your game, that's not what we're doing, said Spencer. We're putting choice into the hands of developers about the games they want to bring. So the whole idea is, if that happens in Overwatch, that is because of Blizzard.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it would be Microsoft's fault. It would be Blizzard's fault.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact there's going to be more choice. I like the fact that there's going to be that option. I think that then will bring more people over, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people that are like, I just love mouse and keyboard. I can't read. I'm annoyed by my drivers and the graphics card and this and that and this and that. But I like mouse and keyboard. And I feel like this being one of those things that your competition doesn't have, being PlayStation and Nintendo, it's like, okay, cool. How about you have a console and you have a mouse and keyboard? Cool.
No, definitely. It's a great idea. It needs to be implemented right in certain games.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, that's just strictly down to developers. Also, the news they come out with, which is they will be partnering with Razer for a mouse and keyboard specifically made for the Xbox One. Just so people are worried. Razer do make great products at the end of the day. So I think that's a perfect fit for them. So, yeah. Anything else to
add? Not to that, no.
Next up, Jackbox Party Pack 5 targets October release. The latest installment of Jackbox Party Pack series is headed to Xbox One on October 17th. This news comes via Twitter from Jackbox Games today, which should allow fans to begin planning for their first friend get-together to try out the new included games. I'm totally down for this. I can't wait. But October's so busy with Mario Party and other games. I will still pick this up. I do think it'd be fun to play with some friends and on stream. So, cool. Next up is a big one, and I want to, before we start here, we have not added in everything of this news story, just because of how long we knew the show was going to go, and I've missed out a ton of stuff, so if you're angry at me because I'm not talking about the horse's balls, I apologize. But Rockstar recently revealed Red Dead Redemption 2's online multiplayer component will launch in November 18th, initially as a public beta. IGN had the scoop here and they got to ask a ton of questions, so I took a few of them. IGN said, what can players expect from Red Dead Online? Will it have as much open world freedom as we do in the single player component? And Imran Swawar from Rockstar had this to say. Of course, Red Dead Online will use the world and gameplay mechanics of Red Dead Redemption 2 as a jumping off point for a new world of cowboys and cowgirls and outlaws that combines multiplayer and cooperative gameplay and narrative components in a huge open world. Players will be able to explore alone or easily join friends or other players to compete or work together. Will take full advantage of the entire world as well as aspects of a 19th century setting that make Red Dead Redemption 2 unique and fun. So we're pretty much getting what we got from GTA.
It's GTA Online, Red Dead Redemption Online.
Which is fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. My biggest problem with GTA Online has always been the menu system and not understanding how to actually do anything in that world.
Yeah.
The menu systems are way too complicated. I hope it's not like that. I hope they've simplified everything, and I'll be okay with it.
Cool.
What about you? Red Dead, you're excited? Are you excited for the online?
I mean, I'm excited for the game. It's coming in November 2018, so I might get around to it sometime in 2019. I'll probably still be playing the fucking single-player game by the time this comes out. I mean, it is something I'm interested to try because I love Red Dead, I love westerns, I love the setting, the world, and if they nail it, I will absolutely be on board to try Red Dead Online. But it is one of those things where it's like it's such a busy last 3 months of the year. It's going to be difficult to find the time to actually because I don't just want to play it for a couple of hours. No. I want to sink some time into it. So
I'm hoping that Red Dead Online is the game that replaces replaces Siege, honestly. Where it's like, that's the game I want to keep going back to. That's the game I want to keep grinding out. That's the game I want to keep getting new content for. Will that be it? I don't know. Like you say, we've got so much to play in the next few months that it's scary,
Yeah, it's so scary. I mean, I've got an impending blackout addiction. Like, I already know that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. I can't wait for Red Dead, obviously. The next question that comes from IGN, which is, why aren't you releasing Red Dead Online alongside Red Dead Redemption 2 single-player experience? And Imran says, there are a few reasons for this. The first is that even though Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Redemption Online share the same gameplay mechanics and geography, we see them essentially as separate products that will grow and evolve independently of each other. Which I thought was a good answer, if I'm honest.
I mean, it was. Also, we want people to complete the single player and then jump into the multiplayer. It's probably part of the thinking behind it.
But then there's going to be a lot of people that just never complete that single player because of how big it is. I mean,
but you don't want to like I'll play the single player before I play the multiplayer, and it's a player like me, like you wouldn't want to. I don't know if punish is necessarily the right word, but like give people like me time to play the single player and then let them into the multiplayer at the same time as everybody else.
Exactly. Next up. Is one that Dan Only's going to go absolutely crazy for. I'm sure he's so happy. Halo Infinite. Can you hear that? That's Dan Only screaming.
I think I heard it. Yeah.
Halo Infinite won't sell loot boxes for cash. Despite recent indications that 343 and Microsoft will not sell Halo Infinite loot boxes for real-world money. Posted on Twitter yesterday, a Halo YouTuber wrote that he had a lot of faith in 343's ability to deliver a quality experience with Halo Infinite, but was extremely disappointed to hear that Halo Infinite would have microtransactions. Studio head Chris Lee responded, telling him not to worry. Quote, "Keep the faith, it's appreciated," end quote. Tweeted Lee, also stating, quote, "We're still working through final plans and we'll share more when we are ready, but I can definitely say that Halo Infinite will not include real money loot boxes," end quote.
Of course they won't.
I mean, the last game did though, right?
Sort of. They had those card packs for Warzone.
War mode, or something like that, yeah.
War mode.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think with the PR disaster that could come from this, it doesn't surprise me why they're not doing it.
They got it themselves, right, with Forza 7 last year.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've still got to find a way to monetize the game, so I'm guessing it's going to be skins.
Yeah, there'll be something. It's an online game. Well, it's an online-focused game in 20 whatever. Like, it's going to have microtransactions. This is the world we live in now.
Unfortunately. Thanks for nothing, Minecraft. You started this with all your skins. No, I'm joking.
Horse armor!
Next up, THQ Nordic acquires Alone in the Dark and Act of War IPs. What the hell is THQ doing?
I'll tell you what they're not fucking doing. They're not making very many bloody games.
Because they're just buying everything.
They're buying everything, but then when you look back, because they've been doing this for years, and then you look back and it's like...
They haven't, because they closed down because of this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They're just buying all the old licenses. It's weird.
THQ Nordic are basically buying all the original THQ games, but then you look back and it's like they've released a few remasters, but they haven't really done much in the last few years, and you kind of look and go, guys, are you just hoarding everything? Are you just going to try and grab every IP and just be like, meh, it's all ours, and then never make a game out of them? Like, what's going on?
I don't understand the business plan here. Let's take a bunch of IPs that, and don't come for me, don't at me, nobody really cares about.
Yeah, I mean, I'll agree with that. Like, when they, like, Kingdoms of Amalur, right? I love that game.
Okay, yeah.
And I care about that game, but I know it's not a... Like, if they put out Kingdoms of Amalur 2, like, I'll buy it and play the shit out of it, but I know I'm in a very small group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair to say. I think it's just one of those weird ones where I'm like, you went out of business once. Do you think this is going to work a second time?
I don't know, man. Like,
Maybe. I don't know.
Where are they getting all this money from, though?
Investors, man. Investors.
I don't know, man.
You can convince investors, you can do a lot of things.
They own a lot of IPs.
They do. Maybe their plan is to sell them again. Buy them up cheap and then sell them, flip to someone, to indies and stuff like that, maybe. Or license them out to indies and little studios, maybe.
That would probably be a better plan than the first time THQ
Because they did it all in-house last time, right?
Yeah, they had their own studios. And
so maybe the plan is they buy all these IPs and then wait to see who approaches them. Like, oh, we loved Alone in the Dark. Can we get that license? And they're like,
that'd
yeah,
be
sure.
a great idea.
Let me see this. Boom, 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 boom. And then we get a unique take on Alone in the Dark from a different studio with people that actually care about it that may make a decent game.
Square Enix do that as well. The Square Enix Collective. It's a really good idea.
So maybe that's what the plan is. Next up, more microtransaction news. Devil May Cry 5 has multiplayer and microtransactions. At TGS demo and the PlayStation Store listing have revealed Devil May Cry 5 will have both microtransactions and some form of online multiplayer. Fans have been able to play DMC5 at TGS this week, which led GameSpot to notice that players can pay real money to purchase the series' in-game currency, red orbs. The orbs, which traditionally are never abundant enough. Sorry, I have to break it down. Abundant enough to unlock absolutely everything, are used to purchase upgrades and weapons, new moves, and one-off consumables. When we asked these were being included, series director, you're going to have to take this name.
Hideaki Itsuno.
Thank you. Said it was all about the player's choice. Quote, We're giving people the ability to purchase red orbs. It's something we want to give people an option. If they want to save time and just want to get all the stuff at once, those people can do that. I saw a big hullabaloo about this.
It's all about player choice, guys.
So where do you fall on this? 'Cause I'm fine with it.
I can contribute to the hullabaloo. I feel like you don't put something like this in a single player game. Right, this is just about single player games. You don't put something like this in a single player game without expecting people to use it. And the reason people will use it is if they're getting bored or frustrated with the grind that's in your game. To me, personally, when I see something like this is happening, again, in a single-player game, I'm not talking about multiplayer games, to me, what that says to me personally is there's something boring or frustrating about the grind of your game.
Okay.
And it makes me less excited.
Yeah.
Because you're giving people an option to make that shortcut. It's like, you want people to take that shortcut, so is your game balanced properly? Now I'm not so sure, whereas before I would have given you the benefit of the doubt. See, I've seen this happen before.
Yeah, I just sort of give innocent until proven guilty. So, which is probably not the best way to be with companies. But
I think the games industry has turned me into a cynic.
Yeah, I'm still not that cynical. I've played Devil May Cry games in the past, and the grind there's never been a grind like that to need that. Unless I agree with you. If there's like a boring part or a heavily grind part or the level difficulty sort of spikes and it sort of, hey, you can buy this with real money, then that's problems.
When you open up the pause menu and there's the orc standing there going, you want to buy some orcs? Like,
I never finished that game just because of that.
It was, yeah.
For me, it's just like, I just don't think about it in such a negative way until it happens, which for me, I read this and was like, oh, okay, they're just letting people buy abilities. Cool. No problem. So I'll go innocent until proven guilty. Like, I just don't see the big deal about it. I get why people will be skeptical of it, but until it's... I mean, I just don't like judging books by their covers.
Yeah, that's where I fall on it. Like, I'm not suddenly turning around and saying DMC5 is shit because it's not this in. I'm skeptical. But I'm skeptical because I've been down this path before, and I know where it's ended before, so...
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Xbox Avatar updates are coming next month. Xbox announced deeper customizations with avatars during Inside Xbox live stream on Tuesday. The focus was for avatars to become more inclusive, expressive, and creative for users to be able to further customize. The new avatar system takes the old one to an entirely different level and will be called the Xbox Avatar Editor. The senior programmer and Xbox Avatar Randy Santosion explains where the inspiration came from to make these changes to avatars. Quote, we agreed very early on that we wanted to bring the best part of Xbox original Avatar, add to the expressive goodness and make it better. So for those that care about that, I've got to be honest with you, since they've done it, I was super in and cared, and then they did nothing with it for a game, and I'm like, I don't care anymore.
Well, that was our early 360 stick, wasn't it? It was like, they should make this game, they should make that game, they should rip off Mario Party. But
which pretty much Chimp Party's done for PlayStation, so it could be done. I'm just literally, oh my god, why didn't I think of this? So, alright, I'm going to talk about a PlayStation game for 2 seconds. It's called Chimp Party. It's a Playlink game. It's pretty much Mario Party without the bullshit at the end, alright? But,
I like that bullshit.
Way fun. Watch my videos on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer. Xbox needs to go and get whoever made Chimp Party, forget the Playlink part of it, make it an Xbox game, and use avatars. Boom. Great game.
I mean, maybe they'll announce something at XO18.
I did it. Hopefully. XO18. Oh, God, that's a horrible name. You went XO, and I was like, what? What? Oh, okay. Yeah.
The problem is, I can never remember if it's XO or XB, and I'm always
XO. Yeah. Why was it not XB? It makes more sense. It's on the controller.
XB18. It sounds better to say as well.
XB18.
XB18.
It does, but it's not that. So, stop trying to rebrand it. God.
I'll get on the phone. I'll start tweeting people.
Have you paid attention to any of this Avatar stuff, or you just don't care?
I'll mess around with it for 10 or 15 minutes when it comes out, make an avatar, forget about it, never look at it again, unless they make games for it.
Make games.
Make games.
And last but not least, I have put this in just to prove I was right. Was I not? And if you try and tell me I wasn't, I'll kick you in the teeth. Resident Evil 2 is not just a remake, it's a brand new entry in the series. Amy, did I not say this? Have I not been saying this since day dot?
Yeah.
Did I not say they were going to remake this, then they're going to remake 3, then they're going to remake Code Veronica, and then they're going to make this the new timeline for the games? Did I not say this?
Yeah.
I mean, I need more than that.
You said it. Yes, you said that.
Thank you.
Hang on.
I was right about something. Can I? Thank you.
I mean, I wasn't disagreeing with you when you said it, so...
No, you wasn't, but I thought I was going crazy in my head. I'll be honest with you. I thought I made up this timeline in my head where I was like, we've got Remake 1, now we're going to get Remake 2, then we're going to get Remake 3. Resident Evil. Come on. But now they've ruined it with 7 because it's not the right camera angle. And then,
Have you ever thought about getting a giant whiteboard and just doing a video?
No.
Like a 3-hour long Resident Evil timeline video?
No.
No?
I can't do it.
I think you should.
Maybe.
In fact, we should do it together. I'll come down. I'll bring my whiteboard. And we'll
I've got a whiteboard, so you're good. You don't need to bring it on the train.
I mean, it'll be a big thing. We might need 2 whiteboards. Side by side.
Buy another whiteboard. Anyway, during IGN's Japan's Tokyo Game Show 2018 live coverage, Resident Evil 2 producer Yoshika Hirabayashi.
Yoshiaki Hirabayashi.
So what am I doing wrong here with these Japanese names then?
They're just really long and very different.
Yeah, I can't speak English, let alone...
To be fair, I've been a major Japanese fanboy, gaming fanboy for 30 years. So
that makes sense then.
I'm used to their names.
Told us that Capcom sees the forthcoming remake as a brand new entry in the series. Quote, Resident Evil engine is a great engine for a trial and error. So, our experience with the previous titles using the same engine has generally enhanced the new Resident Evil 2. The 2 producers told us that they want to see the 2019's version of Resident Evil 2 not just as a remake, but as a brand new entry in the series. Their statement makes sense, as the remake indeed seems to be an evolution for the series when attacked by enemy zombies, dirt and scars on enemy characters, and depicted in real time zombies will react and may affect differently depending on how you attack them. Quote, Raccoon City will have the same atmosphere, but details like when and where characters meet each other for the first time have been altered. Carrying on. Blah, 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 blah. We keep aiming for things. Top priority. But this is super important for Resident Evil fans like myself, because then it now says that Remake is now 1, and Remake 2 will then be 2. And then we still got 5, 6, and 7 because I don't think they're going to remake those because
Why?
they sold well, and why would you really?
They sold well, but they also know that they're not as critically acclaimed.
But do you not think even... I mean, I don't need a remake of 5 or 6, I'll be honest with you. I mean, people love 7 anyway. So now you've got people that love 1, people that love 7. So then hopefully people are going to love 2, which means we'll get the remake for free, right?
Yes, because...
Because imagine Nemesis in this engine. Imagine that.
But they'll rework it as well, so it's like...
But that's fine, because it wasn't that great a game anyway.
No, but like it's a good thing, because they'll rework it. So because Nemesis used to turn... Like, as much as it gave you the feeling that you were being hunted, like, all the time, Nemesis only ever really appeared at very specific points of the game.
Yes.
But if they rework it and do a remake of 3, like, what if it's more dynamic? Because they can do that now, because they have the technology. So what if you are literally just being hunted by Nemesis?
Yeah, I like that.
That will be the most terrifying game that has ever happened.
That was probably the scariest game I played, was Nemesis.
When it comes through the window in the Raccoon Police Department.
I literally, you know what I used to do, because I didn't have a memory card at the time, because I think I learned it to a friend. I used to pause the game. I used to have friends that would watch me, which makes sense in the career choice I went for. But yeah, I used to pause the game, walk out the room, ask them to walk past the window and pause the game instantly, because I couldn't look.
Yeah. I've actually, when I played Resident Evil 3 for the first time, I actually had someone with me. We were playing it, we got to that part, and outside in the garden, my dad was doing DIY. So, as I walked past the window with no idea what was about to happen, Nemesis comes smashing through the window. The exact second that happened, my dad turns his drill on.
Oh, God.
I peed a little, I'm not going to
lie. I bet. I would have peed too. But yeah, this is fantastic news. In one way, it also makes me sad in another, because Resident Evil 2 obviously is my favourite game of all time. And if this isn't as good as that, they have just wiped that out of the timeline.
They have, but Resident Evil 2 still exists, like the original. It
does, but my whole thing is timeline. You know what I'm like with this bloody new Chris. So the fact that the fact that Resident Evil 2 OG could now not be in place of the timeline, which it would just be weird. It would be super weird for me, I'm not gonna lie.
It's like, in terms of canon, they're taking out the one. Which canon,
some people are like, canon's not important because you can still go back and experience certain things. To me, canon's super important in series that I care about.
Yeah, but I mean, this is an ongoing series, that's why. It's not like it's a new entry, not a remake, so this is technically a new series now.
Probably shouldn't have called it Resident Evil Remake then.
I mean, Capcom would be Capcom, right?
Okay, coming to an end now. Inside Xbox announced the new games with gold. We got Hitman Blood Money from October 1st to October 16th. From October 16th to the end of the month. Overcooked from October 1st till the end of the month. Victor Van Ran from October.
Victor Van.
What the hell is that?
It's like a Diablo type game. It's been out for a few years. It's actually pretty good. Yeah, I heard if you like that kind of thing.
From October 16th to the end of the month, and Stuntman from October 1st till the end of the month. What do you think of this month's games with gold? Overcooked's fantastic.
Overcooked's a great game.
Stuntman I played and actually don't hate. It's okay. Hitman Blood Money, not the best Hitman game out there, obviously. Especially when you've got Game Pass, you've got the new one.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I was just checking something there because I wanted to be fact check myself before I said it. But obviously, Overcooked is leaving Game Pass, which is probably why it's going into this. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that makes sense though.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's cool of them that it's leaving one, but you can just you can get it with games with gold, so you've still got that option of getting it.
Well worded.
Thank you. I feel like I have to be very careful about how I talk about games with gold for some reason.
I don't know why. Prison Architect is September's games with gold, though. So you got that from September 1st to September 30th. Live Lock you can still get till October 15th. And Sega's Vintage Collection Monster World till September 30th. We do have emails from Fix's Sack, so if you want to email in, myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. Super disappointed this week. Super disappointed because of everything that's gone on this week with Resident Evil, with Telltale, with everything, just literally everything. we didn't. I had to go and get emails. I'm disappointed in the audience. Email it, myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. For shame. You can take this one, even though, because it's more branded to you.
Hi, folks. Firstly, well done, Fixer on the hard work at RTX. I second that.
I just wanted
very
to say
well
that,
done.
so thank you.
You did. Well, I'll say it over and over again. And undoubtedly, the workload ahead with the oncoming weekend EGX. The EGX sequel is happening this weekend. EGX 2. I sense this community and the MC Fixer brand will grow as a result, buddy.
It's already happened, but yes.
It's spilling over onto my Twitter now. My question is related to Amy's review of PUBG this week. In the review, you made a couple of references to the world of the Lovecraft mythos. Does this then mean there might be a review of Call of Cthulhu when it is released in late October? Best regards to you both, Fishy. Fishy, I'm going to level with you. That game comes out on October 30th. There are roughly 72 games between me and that game. I would love to do it because I'm really interested in the game. So all I'm going to say is I hope so.
Not going to happen, I can promise you. No way. Next thing.
I hope so.
Because I've got nothing to add on there apart from thank you, Uncle Michael. Appreciate you. Fishy is my uncle. And I've already seen you. Thank you. Fix and Amy. I've seen that Telltale are looking into getting The Walking Dead episodes 3 to 5, even though it's only 4 episodes, completed, but by someone else. Do you think they should prioritize paying their employees severance, or at least help them get new jobs rather than finishing the IP? People should always come before the product. Matt,
right.
Gamertag, Little Smee. LIL space SMIY Gamertag. I mean, yeah, we've already spoke about this, but it goes without saying. I would much rather if them started. I mean, something to sort out severance for their employees. I mean, I've already said I'm still tempted to just not bother playing the rest of The Walking Dead now, just because it will be done by a different team. But yeah, obviously, I would rather them do anything but what they're doing. And people deserve their severance. They've worked hard. They've worked overtime that they're not even going to get. They've put in blood, sweat, and tears, time away from their families. That's not time you get back. Time is one of those things you don't get back. So for that, yes, I would do anything for them to get that.
Like he says, people should always come before the product. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes. And last but not least, I'm going to level with Mr. Moody. I'm not happy with this email. Hello, Corey.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Even I don't call you that.
Who the
in
fuck's
public.
Corey? Hello, Corey and Amy. I hope you're both well, kicking butt and playing some games. I wouldn't mind, but I met up with Mr. Moody at EGX this year for a day on Friday. He never called me Corey once.
Strange.
I hope you're both doing well playing games, kicking butt. Well, let's get it started. What are your thoughts on what happened at Telltale? There's a lot to digest, but I know you two can think of it. Stay glorious, your friend, Mr. Moody. We've already been over it, so I'm not going over it. But
go on the YouTube video, just scroll that little dot back a bit. You'll see.
Exactly. Again, that is it this week, guys. An hour and 20 minutes. Jesus crumbs. Thank you all for watching. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. Amy, what you got to plug this week?
I'm going to plug someone who's not me for a week.
Hold up a minute. Whoa. You're not about to use this platform to promote somebody else other than yourself.
I've done it before.
I mean, I wasn't happy with it that time, but clearly I've got no choice in the matter.
You don't have a choice in the matter. Everybody knows where you can find me at twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames, but...
That's more like it.
My friend, someone who's been really supportive of me, especially over the last couple of weeks, is starting to build up his following on Twitch. Twitch.tv/VenoSeptic. VENO Septic. And he's approaching that 50 followers mark. So if you guys could just go over and maybe just give him that follow, I would very much appreciate it.
I don't approve of this messaging. I just want everyone to know. Don't approve.
Fix loves it.
Nope. I'm all about elevating my people. Not people I don't know. Not happy. Does he at least listen to the podcast?
No comment.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Guys, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/MCFixer. But this week is all about the most important thing, which is my YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer. Eject's coverage gone up. We've got the Chimp Party impression. We've got the Metro impression. We've got a Let's Play of Starlink. And, of course, the big one, which is the Game Over Greggy. Greg Miller himself, who you heard at the beginning of this episode, telling you to go to patreon.com/mcfixer. If you're not listening to the audio, you should check that out. Interview is up. So, again, thank you all. Keep supporting. The important thing I do need to stress here is that we are getting to that point now where Patreon is going to be make or break. And a lot of content will stop happening if we don't start getting there. I've been on this journey for a long, long time. I've had such a big influx, obviously, of people coming in. And I'd appreciate anyone who can drop a few dollars my way. Patreon.com/mcfixer. I can't do it without it. I can't do it without the support of you guys. So thank you all so much. Until next week, I've been MC Fixer. She's been Amy. And I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Bye!